Holidays in the UK. Many festivals and the holidays in Britain are centuries old. Every town, village and hamlet in Britain has its own traditions, some involving months of careful planning and the preparations of customs, and the other requiring simply a worrying desire to make a complete and utter fool of oneself. Holidays in the UK can be divided into 4 groups: bank holidays, religious holidays, national holidays, special observance with historical background. Bank holidays are public holidays and have recognized since 1871. The name bank holiday comes from the time when banks were shut and so no trading could take place. Even though banks are still closed on these days, many shops today now remain open. Shops, museums, and other public attractions such as historic houses and sports centers may close on certain public holidays, particularly Christmas Day. Traditionally, many businesses close on bank holidays to enable their workers to have a holiday. This time is often spent with the family on mini breaks and outings. Because of this, anyone who works on bank holidays usually gets paid extra time and a half, or even double time negotiated for them by the trades unions. There are currently a total of 8 permanent bank and public holidays in England, Wales and Scotland, and 10 in Northern Ireland. These include Christmas Day and the Good Friday, which in England, Wales and Northern Ireland are common law holidays. Here is the list of current bank holidays in all the parts of the UK. Religious holidays are days specified for religious observance. National holidays are days to honor national saints, prominent national figures, and the historical events. UK special observances are held on particular days annually and are dedicated to certain events or people. Major UK bank holidays. New Year's Day. People welcome in the new year on the night before. This is called New Year's Eve. In Scotland, people celebrate with lively festival called Hogmanay. All over Britain, there are parties, fireworks, singing and dancing to ring out the old year and ring the new. As the clock Big Ben strikes midnight, people link arms and sing a song called Auld Lang Syne. It reminds them of old and new friends. Till recently, it has not been customary to celebrate the New Year's Day with fireworks. The year 2000 saw a large change. All across England, people started setting off fireworks in the stroke of midnight. Major customs. The door custom. In the old days, the new year started with a custom called first footing, which was supposed to bring good luck to people for the coming year. As soon as midnight had passed and January 1st had started, people used to wait behind their doors for a dark-haired person to arrive. The visitor carried a piece of coal, some bread, some money, and some greenery. These were all for good luck: the coal to make sure that the house would always be warm, the bread to make sure everyone in the house would have enough food to eat, money so that they would have enough money, and the greenery to make sure that they had a long life. The visitor would then take a pan of dust or ashes out of the house with him, thus signifying the departure of the old year. The New Year superstition. The 1st of January was a highly significant day in medieval superstitions regarding prosperity or lack of it in the year ahead. A flat cake was put on one of the around the cow until the cake was thrown to the ground. If it fell in front of the cow, that signified good luck. To fall behind indicated the opposite. May Day. The first day of the month of May is known as a May Day. It's the time of year when warmer weather begins and the flowers and the trees start to blossom. It's said to be time of love and romance. It's when people celebrate the coming of summer with lots of different customs that are expressions of joy and hope after a long winter. Although summer doesn't officially begin until June, May Day marks its beginning. May Day celebrations have their origins in the Roman festival of Flora, goddess of fruit and the flowers, which marked the beginning of summer. It was held annually April 28th to May 3rd. Traditionally, English May Day celebrations include Morris dancing, crowning a May Queen, and the dancing around Maypole. Morris dancing is a traditional English form of folk dancing performed by groups of men or women. The dancing is very lively and accompanied by an accordion player, a melodeon or fiddle player, or a noisy band with a drum. Morris dancers wear different clothes depending on the part of the country in which they dance. They are often dressed in white with colored baldricks across their chests. Border Morris dancers generally wear tattered jackets and black their faces, probably originating as a form of disguise. Crowning a May Queen is one of the festivities of the May Day celebration. The May Queen is a human replica of Flora. By tradition, she took no part in the games or dancing, but sat like a queen in a flower-decked chair to watch her subjects. Maypole dancing is a traditional May Day dance. On May Day, people use it to cut down young trees and stick them in the ground in the village to mark the arrival of summer. Boxing Day. Boxing Day takes place on December 26, or the following Monday in December 26 falls on a Saturday or Sunday. Boxing Day began in England in the middle of 19th century under Queen Victoria. Boxing Day was a way for the upper class to give gifts or cash or other goods to those of the lower classes. There seems to be two theories of the origin of Boxing Day and why it is celebrated. The first is that centuries ago, on the day after Christmas, members of the merchant class would give boxes containing food and fruit, clothing, and or money to tradespeople and servants. The gifts were an expression of gratitude, much like when people receive bonuses from their employer. Major UK religious holidays. Christmas Day. Christmas is observed in the UK on the 25th of December. It's the celebration of the birth of Jesus. This is a favorite day for children. They wake up early in the morning to find their stockings have been filled by Father Christmas, and they excitedly unwrap the presents before going down to breakfast. Family presents are opened either late morning or during the afternoon. The family gather together to open the presents found under the Christmas tree. Church services. Many people go to church to sing carols and to celebrate the birth of Jesus on Christmas Day. More people attend the church on this day than any other day of the year. People put on their best clothes to go to church. The Christmas dinner is the main Christmas meal, and it's usually eaten at midday or early afternoon. A traditional dinner includes roast turkey or goose, Brussels sprouts, roast potatoes, cranberry sauce, rich nutty stuffing, tiny sausages wrapped in bacon. For pudding, there is always a rich fruity pudding, which one doses in flaming brandy said to ward off evil spirits. Good Friday. Good Friday is a Friday before Easter Sunday. On this day, Christians remember the day when Jesus was crucified on a cross. The date of Good Friday changes every year. The date of the first Good Friday will never be known, but many scholars believe that the event took place on April 7th. If they are right, the calendar is wrong by 3 years. The name may be derived from the God's Friday in the same way that goodbye is derived from God be with you. It's good because the barrier of sin was broken. Since the early 19th century, before the introduction of bank holidays, Good Friday and the Christmas Day were the only 2 days of leisure which were almost universally granted to working people. Good Friday today is still a public holiday in much of the UK. This means that many businesses are closed this day. Epiphany. Epiphany is a Christian fast day which celebrates the revelation of God in human form in the person of Jesus Christ. Epiphany falls on January 6. Epiphany, meaning revelation, is based on the biblical story that tells of the Magi or 3 kings, Caspar, Melchior, and Balthazar, who saw a bright star on the night Christ was born and followed it to Bethlehem. There they found the Christ child and presented him with gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. The legendary visit would later give rise to the custom of gift-giving at Christmas on the feast of the Epiphany. In England, Epiphany or Twelfth Night was the last opportunity to make merry before a return to the usual toil of the workaday world. The traditional Yule log was also kept lit until Twelfth Night in order to bring blessings and good fortune throughout the upcoming year. Shrove Tuesday. The name Shrove comes from the Old World shrive, which means to confess. On Shrove Tuesday, in the Middle Ages, people used to confess their sins so that they were forgiven before the season of Lent began. Shrove Tuesday of celebration as well as penitence, because it's the last day before Lent. Lent is a time of abstinence or giving things up. So Shrove Tuesday is the last chance to indulge yourself and to use up the foods that aren't allowed in Lent. Monday, Thursday. Monday, Thursday, also called Holy Thursday, is the feast or holiday on the Thursday before Easter that commemorates the Last Supper of Jesus Christ with the apostles. Monday, Thursday also is one of the main holidays in UK. Easter. Easter is the oldest and the most important Christian festivals, the celebration of the death and the coming to life again of Jesus Christ. For Christians, the dawn of Easter Sunday with the message of new life and the high point of Christian year. Easter is called a feast because the date of Easter changes every year. Easter Sunday can fall on date from 22 March or 25 April. The major UK national holidays. St. George's Day. St. George's Day is on 23rd April. It's English National Day. St. George is the patron saint of England. Like England, every country in the UK has its own patron saint who in times of great perils is called upon to help save the country from its enemies. St. Andrew's Day. On 13th November, Scottish people celebrate St. Andrew's Day. St. Andrew is the patron saint of Scotland. He was one of the 12 apostles disciples of Jesus and the brother of Simon Peter. He was a fisherman by trade who lived in Galilee in present-day Israel. UK special observance with historical background, St. Valentine's Day. Traditionally, spring begins on St. Valentine's Day, February 14th, the day on which birds chose their mates. In parts of Sussex, Valentine's Day was called the birds' wedding day. Each year in Britain, spent around £500,000 on cards, flowers, chocolates, and other gifts for Valentine's Day. Traditionally, these were sent anonymously, but nowadays people often make it clear who is sending each Valentine. Mothering Sunday, Mother Day. Mothering Sunday in the UK is the equivalent of Mother's Day in other countries. It has been celebrated in the UK on the fourth Sunday in Lent since at least 16th century. For a long time, it has been a day for giving thanks for all the things our mothers do for us. April Fool's Day. April begins with a day with full of fun and a joke. April Fool's Day. No one really knows when this custom began, but it has been kept for hundreds of years. Halloween. Halloween comes from All Hallow Even, the eve, All Hallow Days. Therefore, Halloween is the eve of All Saints. It's celebrated on the 31st of November. So today we have covered the topic holidays in the UK, and we have discussed the bank holidays of UK, religious holidays, national holidays, and the special observance holidays with historical background. Thank you for your attention.